Every U.S. credit card is designed with one hidden assumption: you will fail to pay it off. Not because you're careless, not because you're irresponsible, but because a system designed decades ago depends on your mistakes to survive. Behind every swipe, every tap, every cashback reward, there's a psychological blueprint meant to make you feel safe while keeping you in debt. Before we uncover how that blueprint works, subscribe right now. The experiment that changed America. 60,000 cards. One city. Endless debt. It began in 1958. Bank of America mailed out 60,000 plastic rectangles to random households in Fresno, California. It was called the BankAmericard. People overspent, fraud exploded, and defaults skyrocketed. But inside the bank's quarterly report was one surprising note: profits were up. They had discovered something priceless. People's predictable failure could be monetized. By the 1980s, revolving credit, debt that never truly ends, had become America's favorite product. Every major bank joined in, and every consumer became a data point in an experiment that never stopped running. The pleasure switch. Your brain feels reward, not pain. When you pay cash, your brain feels the pain of spending. You hand over something tangible. But with credit, the pain is delayed, gone in the moment. Behavioral economists call it delay discounting. We undervalue tomorrow's cost because today feels painless. That delay turns every purchase into a small dopamine hit. It makes buying feel like winning. And over time, that feeling becomes habit. You don't spend to own, you spend to feel. The illusion of control. Limits aren't barriers, they're bait. Credit cards market themselves as tools of empowerment. They give you a limit: $5,000, $10,000, maybe $20,000. But here's the trick: your brain doesn't reign that as a boundary. It reads it as permission. That number becomes a target. You spend toward it because the human mind naturally fills the space it's given. Psychologists call this anchoring bias. We judge value and limits based on arbitrary reference points. So when your balance resets, you subconsciously refill it again. It feels like control, but it's the illusion of freedom instead of a cage made of credit. And the cage is perfectly designed, flexible enough that you don't panic, tight enough that you can't leave. The reward mirage: 1% cash back, 25% interest. The math was never meant to favor you. Earn points. Get cash back. Collect miles. The language of reward programs mirrors casino marketing. In both cases, the house always wins. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the average U.S. cardholder earns about 1 to 2% in rewards, while paying an average of 20 to 25% in interest if they carry a balance. That's a tenfold profit margin for the banks. And yet, consumers overspend an average of 12 to 18% more when using a rewards card, according to a study published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology. It's not generosity. It's neuroscience. You're being rewarded not for loyalty tab, but for predictability. Your spending habits become data. Your habits become profit, and the system smiles because it's the only one actually collecting points that matter. The business of failure: $14 billion in late fees, $130 billion in interest. Failure is their business model. Here's the cold truth: your mistakes are part of the business model. Banks know the odds. They know most people will make a late payment at least once a year, and they rely on it. According to the CFPB's 2023 Credit Card Market Report, Americans paid over $14 billion in late fees in a single year, and over $130 billion in interest. That's not failure, that's design. When lawmakers proposed capping late fees at $8, banks immediately told investors their profits would drop. Because those fees aren't penalties. They're pillars of the business model. The system doesn't collapse when you struggle. It thrives. The data trap. Every swipe is a confession. Your habits are for sale. Every time you swipe, you reveal something. Where you shop, when you shop, what time of month you spend the most. Financial data firms track it all. They sell it to advertisers who predict your next move before you make it. It's why you get a discount ad right after your paycheck hits. It's why your phone buzzes with limited time offers when your balance is low. It's not coincidence. It's algorithmic psychology. Your emotions, your boredom, your stress, your exhaustion are now part of the profit system. You're not just the customer, you're the product. The credit score paradox. The system doesn't reward responsibility. It rewards dependence. The credit score system claims to measure responsibility. But what it actually measures is participation. If you use no credit, your score can drop. If you pay everything in full, it doesn't climb as fast. Why? Because the system needs you to play the game. A 2023 study by FICO showed that the most profitable customers aren't the ones who default. They're the ones who revolve balances. People who always pay but never finish paying. That's the ideal borrower. Not debt-free, just endlessly dependable. A lifetime subscriber to the illusion of progress. Escaping the loop. Cut the strings. One card. One rule. Full payment. You can't outmuscle a machine built on psychology. But you can rewrite your rules. Use one card for needs only. Pay it off in full, automatically. Set your payments to clear before the billing cycle ends, not after. Create friction where they removed it. Studies show that simply seeing the amount spent in real time reduces overspending by up to 25%. Mood influences spending, and spending drives profit. Understanding this cycle is key. The plastic isn't the enemy, the pattern is. Credit cards aren't evil, they're efficient. They turn millions of tiny, predictable losses into billions in predictable profit. The enemy isn't the plastic, it's the pattern. A pattern of silence. A delay. Of comfort disguised as convenience. In a world where debt equals data, the most radical thing you can do is stop feeding it. The system wins only if you play. Remember this, the system doesn't want you to go broke. It wants you to keep believing you're one payment away from freedom. That belief keeps you swiping, keeps you paying, keeps you trapped. Because the system wins only if you play. Now you know the rules. They want silence. They want comfort. They want compliance. If you're done feeding the system, prove it. Like, comment, subscribe.